Good morning, kindergartners. Welcome to a new day. Let's go ahead and get started and see what our new letter and sight word are. So I'm going to share my screen with you and make it nice and big so you can see it. Let's go ahead and pull that up there. So there we go. So our new sight word for today, or new letter for today, is the letter C. And C says K as in cat. C can also have another sound. Sometimes it makes the S sound like in circus. But today we're going to focus on the letter C making the K sound as in cat. But there are also other things that have the K sound at the beginning, like cake has the K sound at the beginning, coat, carrot, cup, car, cow, and corn. All of those words have the K sound at the beginning, each one of them. See that right there, okay? We are also going to learn a new sight word today. So the new sight word for today is the word no. N-O spells no. And sometimes we get no confused with on, which is O-N. It's kind of tricky, so you have to look with your eagle eyes and say, okay, what's that first sound? N-O, no. Okay, so we'll be working with that later in our kindergarten binder, but I'm gonna put that away for right now. So what you need to do is get your eyes on the screen, focused really hard, and we're gonna review all the letters that we've done so far this year. Okay, are you ready? All right, so I'm gonna put the card under the screen and you tell me what it is. Ready? Let's go. What letter is that? U, and U says What letter is that? L, and L says oh. This is M, and M says N, and N says S, S says T, T says T. R says D, D says T. O says ah. G says G. F says F. A says A. And then there's C, our new letter for today, that says K. All right. Now let's review all of our sight words that we've learned so far this year. And they're going to be out of order, so you have to really pay attention. Okay? All right, here we go. At, say it with me. A, and, me, is, to, we, like, the, see, can, my, I, and our new word for today, no. Okay? All right, so you're gonna need your kindergarten binder. So if you don't have that out, go ahead and get that out now so that you have that all ready to go. And you're also gonna need your dry erase marker and your eraser, okay? So go ahead and grab all those things, and we're going to go ahead and go to writing our name like we always do, okay? So go ahead and turn to that page. We're gonna practice writing our name. Turn the light on so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so let's go ahead and practice writing our name 4 times like we always do in the morning. By now, you boys and girls should be so good at writing your name. When we're back in class, I cannot wait to see how nicely you've learned to write your name. Oops, I went down too far. It was funny one year, Mrs. R because I've been teaching kindergarten for a long time. So I think it was probably maybe my first or second year teaching kindergarten. And um, the boys and girls just hadn't been practicing their name, I guess, at home. And so the first few days of school, Mrs. R had us do, work on assignments. And so at the end of the day, I was handing out all the work, but there were most of the class was having a hard time writing their name, and I couldn't read any of the names. So I had to put everything down on the floor, and the students had to come and find their work. And a lot of them didn't even know because they were still learning to write their name, and it was really hard to read. So it's really important that you have nice handwriting and that people are able to read what you're trying to write. Okay, so after you finish your name, you're going to go ahead and erase. Mrs. R needs to clean my board here with some soap, I think. Okay, so after we're done with that, we're going to turn to I Know My Alphabet, and we're going to go all the way until we get to the letter C, which for me, it's all the way in the back here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead again and get my dry erase marker, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that light off because it makes it hard for you to see a little bit there. So the letter C is pretty easy to do. You start a little bit under the top line and curve to touch the top and curve and touch the bottom. It's almost like making an O, but you don't finish the circle. So you start a little bit above the dotted line, touch the top, touch the bottom, and then almost go to the middle line like you're making a G, but not quite. It's like an unfinished letter O. Okay? But the important thing is you need to make sure that you touch the top and the bottom line. That's really important, and make it round. Okay? Touch the top and bottom line. So just go slow and touch the top and bottom line. Oops, see, didn't touch the bottom line. Cool thing about our binders is we can erase without having to use an eraser. We use this different one. All right, so after you finished your C's, then you're going to get out your Play-Doh and you're going to work on your building your letter C. Okay, so if you're not done practicing your C's, you can push pause at any time. All right, so I'm going to make a gigantic snake. I only need to make one on my letter C. Really easy, just like that. And then I'm going to start at the top where I would start with my pencil and trace around with my finger like that. Okay? And I'm going to actually keep this worm because I'm going to need it for lowercase c, so I might as well keep it. I'll just have to make a smaller one. So I'm going to go ahead and erase my capital C's. I'm going to turn the page, and then I'm going to do my lowercase. Okay. All right, so make my pen again, lid in the back, and this time lowercase c is the same shape, but you start at the middle line and touch the bottom line. Oops, that wasn't a very good one. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to erase that. Try that again. So touch the middle line and touch the bottom line. Okay, you don't go up to the top. Middle line, bottom line. You know how Mrs. R is telling you before that lowercase letters usually start at the middle line. Okay? Except for some of the bigger ones like some of the ones that have a stick on them like H and T and L and B and D, lowercase. All right, so let me do my lowercase c's. These ones take a little bit more effort because you have to squeeze in that shape and it's smaller. Okay? And then I'm just going to take my worm and I'm going to pinch off a little bit from it. And then I'm going to put it right here like that. And there's the lowercase c. I'm going to trace it with my finger. Okay? That was easy, huh? And then I'm going to erase it first. And then I'm going to go to letter search. Letter C, which is in the back right here. There we go. So what I'm going to do is get my handy dandy dry erase again. Now remember, in the box it tells you what letter you're supposed to be looking for. So this is our new letter C. Okay. So I'm going to go through and circle every time I see a letter C. Okay, so tricky today, huh? There's only one letter C. Normally it's a whole bunch. Yeah, tricky, huh? So did you find the letter C? If you did, great job. Yep, sometimes Mrs. R changes it up to make it tricky, huh? So I just want to make sure you're paying attention. Good job, everybody. All right, so we're going to go to the word of the day. This page right here. Now you're going to need your sight word card for no. So if you don't have that, you need to pause and go get it. Okay. All right, so we're going to put that word right there, and we're going to rainbow write it. So you can pick any colors you want of dry erase markers, and then you can write it in this box. So today I picked orange and blue. So N-O smells no. Easy, huh? And then I'm going to build it with Play-Doh. So thankfully I saved part of my snake. See, you can just save your snakes that you make with Play-Doh and then not have to make them again. You can just reuse them. Okay. So there's the stick part, and it's a lowercase n. So that. That's straight. And then I'm going to make an O. The O is easy. We've already worked on that letter, haven't we? We worked on that earlier. O is just a snake. And just make it round. Punch it. And oh, my O is kind of small, but let me make it a little bit bigger. Let me make it just a little bit bigger. All right. Okay. So let's try that. See if that's better. I think that's a little better. Okay, so let's go ahead and trace it. We've got Play-Doh under my fingers. Okay. I'm going to trace it down and then come back up and around. Okay, so trace it down, up, and around. And, oopsie, and then make it round. Okay, so that's no. And actually, I'm going to save these because we're going to need them again later. All right, so if you're not done, go ahead and finish up and push pause, and then you can catch up to us when you are ready. All right, so we're going to go to our high frequency word list, and of course, you know, in this pocket is where all the words that you've mastered and you know from memory go in there. And then these are the ones that we need to work on still, okay? All right, so we're going to do our first page here and put our card in there. So first we're going to say it, no, and let's spell it. N-O spells no. All right, and then let's get our dry erase marker. Okay, so now watch how Mrs. R does this. The word no, when we're spelling it lowercase, which is normally what you would be doing, you start at the middle line and go down to the bottom like a lowercase n. So start at the top, go to the bottom, go back up and around and touch the bottom. And then the lowercase o is just touches the middle line and the bottom line. Okay, and watch again. Start at the middle line, go down to the bottom line, go back up, make it round, and go down and touch the bottom line again. Start at the middle line and touch the bottom line and make a circle. Just like that. Okay? Pretty easy, right? All right, so if you're not done with this, go ahead and push pause. Erase that and go to the next page. Okay, let's say it again, no. Oops. And let's spell it. N-O spells no. And this is where you're going to build it with your magnetic letters. So go ahead and push pause and go find your letters. And then we're going to say it again, no, and spell it. N-O spells no. And then we're going to build it with Play-Doh. Okay. So that part there. Okay. So I trace it from the top to the bottom, up and around. All right, so go ahead and push pause if you're still working on that. Okay. So when you're all done, you want to put your Play-Doh away. Make sure the lid is on nice and tight. And then this card you can practice today and during the week, and then work on it until you can put it in the pocket of the words that you know. Okay. All right, so we're done with our notebook. Let's go ahead and put that away. The next thing you're going to need is your backpack bear, your Starfall backpack bear listening and writing notebook, or not notebook, but workbook. So go ahead and grab that. And then we're going to go to page number 15, which is a 1 and a 5. So you can see it, page 1 and a 5, 1 and 5. Okay, that's 15. You're also going to need your pencil and eraser and crayons. So if you don't have those yet, go ahead and grab those. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at this sentence. So I see a picture of a cat, a cow, a computer, and cookies. Okay. So all of these things start with the letter C. I also see, what is this called? This little mark at the end of the sentence. Do you remember what this is called? It's called a period, and it tells the reader to stop. It's the end of your thought. Okay. So let's go ahead and read this first sentence. I want everyone to touch the first word. So everyone should have their pointer finger here. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and touch it and read. C is for cat. Okay, now we're going to put this picture in there. Ready, go. C is for cow. We're going to put this one. Get ready. Point, everybody. I want everyone pointing and reading. C is for computer. Okay, I'm going to do this last one. Everyone ready? C is for cookies. Okay. So let's go ahead and practice tracing our C's down at the bottom. So you start at the dot, which is a little bit under the top line, and just curve around, touch that bottom line, and go back up. Okay. Make sure you touch the top and bottom line. That's the important thing. Touch the top as you go around and touch the bottom as you go around. In this workbook, everywhere there's the dot, that's where they want you to start. Okay. Lowercase c, same thing, except it starts a little bit under the dotted line, that middle dotted line. And you have to make sure and touch the bottom. Same motion, just we're making it smaller, and we're making sure to touch the middle and the bottom line. As you can see here, there's a top, middle, bottom line. Okay. The capital C touches the top and bottom. The lowercase c only touches the middle and bottom. All right. Let's go ahead and get our crayons out, and let's see what we're going to color here. C. I think, let's see here. I've got a bunch of girl cats, so I think I'm going to color this C. It's pretty, it's kind of a rosy pink color. Color that in. Remember, we're not scribbling, we're doing our best, and scribbling is not our best. Now, I have 3 cats and a dog, but one of my cats, she is all black. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the outside of the cat. Trace it first and kind of press hard. This cat looks like my black cat. And then I'm just going to lightly color around the face. Yeah, so I have 3 cats. So one cat is a black one, and her name is May May. And then I have a calico cat, which means she's got spots on her. She's white, brown, and has some black spots on her, and orange and brown spots. And her name is Mimi. And then I have another calico cat, but she has different markings on her. She's got some stripes and spots. And her name is Munchkin. All right, so let's see here. Let's color the cow. And cows come in all different colors too. They come in white, brown, black, and spotted with all those different colors. Some of them are even kind of a gray color. We live out in the country, and the field near our house, there are cattle that they're long-horn cattle, and they have these great big long horns. And there's a few that are a gray color, which they're really pretty. Yeah, there's something to see, boys and girls, I tell you. They have the hugest horns you've ever seen in your life. And then, let's see, computer. This computer's can be whatever color. I'm just going to call it outside frame gray. Make sure you're not scribbling, okay? Because remember, scribbling is not your best. This is why I always want you to try your best, right? Okay, and then cookies, of course, are kind of a light. Sometimes they're a light golden color. Because it depends on what kind of cookie it is. But most cookies are kind of more golden color too, a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're going to turn the page. There's a back side we need to do. Okay, now this is a little different. We haven't done something like this before. So let's go ahead and read the directions. We always read the directions first. Okay, letter C, listen for the beginning sound. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at these pictures and you're going to decide if they have the sound at the beginning, and if they do, you're going to draw a line from the picture to this picture, okay, to the cat picture. So we're going to write our letter C in here. So go ahead and do that now, lowercase c. Now, if the picture does not have the sound at the beginning, you're going to draw an X through it. So you can see here, cake, they drew a line, because cake has the sound. And then the next one, octopus. Octopus has ah at the beginning, so it does not start with the letter C. Can, can. Does can have the sound at the beginning? Yes, it does. How about camel? Camel. Mm-hmm. How about car? Car. Mm-hmm. I forgot this one. Cow. Cow. Mm-hmm. How about tree? Tree. Does tree have the sound? How about banana? Banana. It has a sound. Okay, great job, everybody. Oh my goodness, look at this. All right, so we have done such a good job on these, and I'm going to let you go ahead and color those on your own. And so let's go ahead and close this right now. Okay, let's close that. And then you're going to need to get your My October journal, okay? So go ahead and grab that. And let's go to the next page here. My favorite candy. Oh my goodness, this is the time of year where kids get lots of candy, huh? So let's see, let's look at the bottom and see what our choices are. Lollipops, chocolate, bubble gum, hard candy, or candy corn. Well, I'll have to say right away, I know the answer. My favorite is chocolate. So circle your favorite, okay? So I'm going to draw a picture of a chocolate bar. Try to anyway, just like they did down here. This is where the wrapper, I guess, so you roll it down. You know, like a Hershey bar, and you've got the little bricks in it. Like that, I guess. This is a chocolate that you can break off. Okay, so let's see if I can find a brown crayon, which I know I am. Here, trace this apart. Okay. This. And then the wrapper, I think a Hershey's bar has kind of a dark color wrapper. So I'm going to trace this. This. And I'm going to color this in a light color just like this. Snuffly knows this one, boys and girls. Sorry about that. All right, so there's my chocolate bar. Okay, now if you're not done drawing your favorite candy, then you can go ahead and push pause. All right, so we're going to start off by tracing the word my favorite. That's a big word, isn't it? It means something that you really, really like. My favorite candy is, so I'm going to start on the next line because I don't have a lot of room there. I says is, and then a finger space, chocolate. Now, right here is the word down at the bottom. Remember, you circled the one that you like the best, so you're going to write that word, chocolate, whatever one you like. And all you got to do is copy the word. Okay, copy whatever one you like, and the word's right there. So at the end of our sentence, we have a period. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. My favorite candy is chocolate. Now, yours might say my favorite candy is a lollipop. My favorite candy is bubble gum. My favorite candy is hard candy. My favorite candy is candy corn. It just depends on what you prefer, okay? And I think I'm also going to label this. I'm going to write what it is because I've got the word right here. And I'm going to put an arrow pointing to it so everyone knows that's chocolate. All right, so let's go ahead and do our checklist real quick. Did we use capitals at the beginning? We did. Did we use finger spaces? Yes, we did. Did we sound out words? We sounded out the word is. And we used a period for our punctuation mark, and we drew a picture. Great job, everybody. So if you're not done, you can go ahead and push pause and go ahead and finish up. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my picture. So great job of working everybody today. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you very soon. Mrs. R misses you. Work hard today and learn lots of things. Bye.